So you've got clients, you work hard. So why does it feel like you're still broke every single month? Do you ever wonder why other marketers seem richer than you, even though you're just as good, maybe even better? Now, in the last 2 years, I've helped marketers just like you who are tired and burned out, unsure of where to turn, lock in a recurring $2,000 to $10,000 a month without adding to their workload. And this even works if you feel like you're burned out, if you feel like you're stuck and like you've tried everything already. So here's what I want to answer. 1, why are other marketers who are no smarter than you making more money every single month? What is the trap that most marketers fall into that keeps them broke even when they're good at what they do? And what is the one simple shift that flips your business from project to project based income into predictable recurring income? So that first question, it kind of hits hard, right? Why are other marketers basically richer than you? Or what makes them seem richer than you? Now, the reality is if you don't address this core problem right now, every single dollar you make going forward from today will be harder and harder to make every single day. And this is a journey that I myself have been on. It's not unusual, you're not alone. What I would find is that my income basically did this. If this is time along the bottom, I would get a project and then slowly that money would drain away. And I'd have to scramble to find new leads and clients, and I'd find another project and I'd get a load of money coming away, and so on and so forth. And there was this difference between feast and famine. The problem is that my outgoings, they didn't follow this same pattern. They just kind of continue to sort of creep up and up and up. You've probably seen that, where even though you're charging the same amount, even though you're doing the same amount of work, even though technically you're more efficient now, for some reason you end up with less and less money each month. What I found is that it's a bit like having a water butt. I do a lot of gardening, right? And it was a bit like having the water butt filled up with a new bucket every once in a while, and I would try and pour water in, but the tap was always on, so there was always outgoings. And what shifted, what changed, was kind of the equivalent of when you get your downpipe, your drain gutter, and you hook up one of those sort of rain collector pipes, and that just kept it topped up no matter what. We look at this problem of basically being broke at the end of the month, despite the fact that you've got skills. One of the things that you need to know is, are you going to make enough money this month? And the mistake that most marketers are making is that they are basically trying to find more clients. And this is extremely difficult, because if we go back to that model of that income, the amount of time that you have, if we do time in black, it basically is its lowest when you've had the money come in. And as the project goes on, you don't have any time until right at the end. When the project finishes, you then have a big spike of time. And you hustle to find a new client, and then again it drops back down again, and then it spikes up. So you only have time to find new clients when you don't have any money. But instead, what we want to try and build is a model where over time our revenue slowly creeps up and up and up, and the amount of time we invest in the business basically stays consistent, possibly even reduces down. The key to understanding whether you've figured this out, whether you've got this right, is, can I add 100 new clients today, and here's the kicker, without adding to my workload? If you can't do this, you are forever going to be stuck in that constant case of constantly trying to find clients. So instead, what we're going to do is we're not going to focus on finding more clients. The smart marketers, the marketers who seem to make more money than you, the marketers who are in my position, what they have focused on is solely recurring revenue. Now you might say, yeah, I've tried recurring revenue before. I've set up retainers, I've set up subscription products. The key to understanding whether you've actually got something that is scalable, recurring revenue, is, can I add 100 clients to it today without adding to your workload? A lot of marketers make the mistake of saying, well, we'll sell time blocks, or we'll sell something that, they can use. But If it means that your workload also goes up at the same rate you add clients, that literally has a limit to it. Instead, what I want you to think about is there someone or something else that can deliver the work for you. If you've ever seen a business that seems like it's got way more money than it deserves and it seems really profitable and you might be envious of that, which is fine, we're all human beings, it's probably because they have focused on recurring revenue, and the recurring revenue product is a core part of their business. And now there's a trap that a lot of marketers fall into when they try to solve this problem. They basically struggle to find clients. Like, no one's buying, okay? No one's buying. And so what they do, and once you see this, when you see this, you'll see this everywhere and you'll be like, how have I never noticed this before? And it will basically highlight to you whether a business is struggling or not. And if you do this, again, everyone does this. I've done this. The clients I've worked with in my past have done this. It's not a sign of value or against you. It's just something that everyone does. But when you see it, you can't unsee it. If you have ever thought, I need to make some more money, we need to drive our revenue up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new product or brand, spell product correctly, brand, a new offer, creating a load of new content. I need to go find some new clients. I need to go find some new leads. I need to get some new traffic. I'm going to try some new ads. And you basically just throw a ton of stuff out there and you work yourself to the bone. This explains why so many marketers continue to be broke, even though they've got the skills. We think, and we'd like to think, that the amount of skill that you've got directly equates to the amount of revenue you have. And in my experience, they're almost irrelevant. You could have very little skill, but still make really good money compared to someone who has a lot of experience and a lot of skill, even if you yourself are a relative beginner. And it's because they do this. And whenever I have hit 6 figures, 7 figures, it's because I followed this extremely simple principle. The key is focusing on one audience, one problem. So you're just trying to solve one problem for one audience with one solution or one offer. And you've only got one sales methodology. And here's what's really important. Let's say that we decide, okay, the audience that we're going to work with is CrossFit gyms. And the big problem they've got is member retention. And the solution in our particular case is going to be some kind of like membership bonus program or something. And the sales methodology we have is we create some content and we basically get them on a sales call. If you stick to this and make sure that you have a focus on a recurring revenue product, you will be staggered at how quickly you start to see results. But here's how to make this really, really work. You and your business, you have probably tried 1,000 different ways to get clients. And you might not know it, but you have got audiences that are scattered all over kind of different areas, maybe networking, email, social, different social platforms. It doesn't matter. What I want you to do is to consolidate these down into groups and try to focus on as few of them as possible. One of my clients in the past, Sharon, she had something like 5 groups. She had quite a relatively big social media following. She had a bunch of past clients. And all we did, in fact, in one case, we actually cut out one of the groups, so we're not going to work with them anymore. Another group, we just invited over and we said, can we get everyone over into this group, which made this one much, much larger. And then her past clients who she was working with, people she'd worked with in the past, we just tried to group them together and have a phone conversation with them. You have already got clients out there who want to work with you, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to top up the water butt with new water each and every time, when instead what you should be doing is saying, actually, why don't we use the water that's already in here rather than just topping it up with new leads and hoping that something comes out. This is the biggest mistake that I see. I think it's the most boring piece of advice that people can give, and yet if you want to know why marketers who seem to have more money than you do so, it's because they are absolutely making sure that they're having conversations with their past clients, their current leads, and their audience more than anybody else. They're not so much focused on traffic and lead generation as they are working with their current clients. You could go to your current clients today with a subscription recurring revenue offer, and I promise you, you will get closer to making a sale rather than going out to a brand new traffic source, a brand new audience, and generating brand new leads from scratch. Now remember, you can get this as a worksheet. If you want, you can use the link down below and I'll just send this to you for you to fill in with any of your information. It comes with a bunch of notes as well, and you can get access to all of the previous whiteboards as well. So make sure to use that link down below if you want this as a worksheet. And so I mentioned like this flip from kind of what I call one-off projects into recurring revenue. And what is that one switch? What is that one simple shift that can help you move from a project-based income to recurring revenue? Well, what most people do is they try to set up a retainer and they end up in what I call retainer hell, which is basically one-off projects where you have found a bunch of clients, but your capacity is immediately at its limit. What we want, and the key that I'm going to keep coming back to, is can you sell 100 of these without adding to your workload? And that is when we get someone or something else to deliver the work for you. When I finally figured this out, it basically created time out of thin air. I was able to go on vacations or holidays. I was able to just take time off. I was also able to better invest back into the business faster than ever because I had that predictable income coming into the business. So we could upgrade a bunch of our systems and tools. But the irony is, because I was then focused on the one problem for one audience with one offer and one sales method, there wasn't as much that I needed to upgrade. It completely changed our profitability. What I want you to think about is stop being the engineer and start being the entrepreneur. Now, lots of marketers pride themselves on being a good engineer. Running a marketing business and being a marketer are two completely different things. I know this because I am not the best marketer in my business. I'm not even the best funnel builder in my own business, but I am a solid entrepreneur. And all I mean by that is I know how to create leverage, essentially. That's what being an entrepreneur is. I know how to use systems and people and products to be able to get leverage so that my time isn't used any more than anybody else's. The key is to get someone or something else to deliver the work. Now, the easiest way that I know of is to use this software called High Level. Now, full disclosure, I am an affiliate, so if you ever buy anything through a link from them, I will get a 40% commission. But what software like High Level does is allows you to do two things. First of all, something called white label, where you basically put your branding on their app. So they have an app that helps all kinds of businesses do anything and everything. I actually don't have time to go into it because they literally do everything. But as far as the client is concerned, it's yours. Now, a big concern people have is they say, yeah, but if everyone's selling High Level, then don't all the customers know that they should just look for the lowest price? That's the wrong way to think about it. What I want you to think about is ultimately, what is the problem that you are solving? And then what is the solution to that problem? Now, I've got a video up here talking about how to put together a really packageable solution that you can sell for $200, $300, $500, even $2,000 a month, even within 48 hours. So go ahead and watch this video here if you want to learn how to launch a $2,000 a month product within 48 hours.